Hello and welcome to another edition of the Stench of Truth. Fresh back from the Mothman Festival. That's the 10th annual one, held in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. And I'll be having some video that I took there while traveling around with Andy Colvin. So look out for that as soon as I piece everything together and do some editing, what have you. I'll have it out. But what I wanted to talk about today is, again, a mantra that's being heard a lot more lately, and that is class warfare. Not being said by the people that need to be saying it, but being touted by the Republicans and the GOP. And let me remind you, okay, the Democratic wing of the corporate party has completely and utterly fucking failed in everything that they were, let's say, propagandized to be for. That is, for working people, families, etc., which is all a lie, a sham. It always has been, always will be. So we need to focus on what's going on now, while at the same time, just to stave off people who think that I do not recognize the sham two-party system. I will say without a doubt and 100% certainty that the Nancy Pelosi fucking Congress was the worst do-nothing piece of shit fucking Congress ever. Totally unable to handle any fucking progressive issues, to do anything positive or fucking constructive for this fucking country. But what we have now is even worse in some ways, because we have these fucking multi-millionaire motherfuckers, every one of them, with fucking conflict of interest and massive investments in companies that they're pouring fucking money into. And this is not an ethics problem. This is not a fucking thing that everybody should be crying in the fucking streets about. Give me a fucking break. And these people have the fucking nerve to talk about class warfare when people are finally starting to say, wait a minute, the motherfucking rich have reaped every fucking benefit of everything in this goddamn country for the last 30 or 40 fucking years. While everybody else has gone down into the fucking toilet. And they're crying class warfare because some people want them motherfucking rich people to pay more, rather than me being raped more. And that's class warfare. Everything is so fucking surreal. I can't even believe that these people make these statements. The news reports it as though it is absolutely, perfectly fine and normal. And people are not marching in the goddamn streets with fucking clubs and pitchforks against these completely ridiculous lunatics. How can anybody take this seriously? I can't. It's the most lunatic phase, period, of history in this country, where up is down, black is white, and front is back. The only thing that changes is from time to time somebody says something a little bit different. Things get focused a little bit away from where they were before. And let's not forget that Obama / Barry Soetoro occupying the White House is the destroyer of the New Deal. And in his patented preemptive compromise, he will no doubt, in his deficit reduction plan, which already makes Medicare and Medicaid a target, supposedly only on the provider side, which means in actual parlance, that it will reduce payments to Medicare providers and Medicaid providers, which means more doctors will refuse to see more Medicaid and Medicare patients because they're not getting paid enough money for their services. Simple. So what does that mean? Oh, you're not going to have to pay more or have a quote-unquote reduction in benefits. You just won't be able to go to a fucking doctor because what your Medicare is going to pay will not fucking pay for it, and the doctor won't fucking accept you. That's the big answer for him. He's the destroyer. The carefully crafted closet Marxist. The biggest Wall Street shill of all. And I guess because you can have someone in office who puts out a ridiculous birth certificate when there's controversy about where he's born, has all of this nefarious back trail, and he can be in office and he can have the temerity to come out and announce the death of Osama bin Laden with absolutely no proof whatsoever. None! None, none, none! Nothing! Zero! Zip! Nada! And just say it! And everybody just says, okay! It's great! Even though the preponderance of evidence indicates that he died years ago. So, if a president can just make shit up and issue a cartoon birth certificate, then I guess everybody else can just be a part of this magical mystery play and speak utter fucking gibberish. I imagine that it won't be too much longer before the people in office actually are talking in fucking gibberish. Maybe baby talk or something like that. And it will be duly reported in the fucking news, and the commentators will be commenting on it as though it is absolutely normal and this is the way it has always been. Senator Johnson says goo goo gaga, blee blee blah blah. Well, the right is up in arms over President Johnson's goo goo gaga remarks, while the left continues to pound home their blah blah bleegi blah. And that'll be perfectly normal. You have a conversation about it with someone at the water cooler. You hear what that Johnson said? Goo goo gaga. Can you believe that? I'm not shitting you. That's how absurd it is. Thank you. Good night.